Hi, good morning. Let us see a problem on equilibrium. We take the problem. The problem is a horizontal channel with an inner clearance of 1000 millimeter carries two spheres of radius 350 millimeter and 250 millimeter. So whose weights are 500 Newton and 400 Newton respectively. Find the reactions at all the points. So you can see the diagram. Here there are two spheres S1 and S2. So they are placed in a channel, rectangular channel. So the weights of each spheres is given. Weight of the sphere 1 is 400 Newton and weight of the sphere 2 is 500 Newton. And the radius of the spheres is specified. So 250 millimeter and 350 millimeter. The question is, what are the reactions at the contact points? So we know whenever there is a applied force, for the applied force there should be a reactive force. That means, so these spheres have contact points at point A, B, C and D. So therefore, for the applied force there should be a reactive force. So we have to calculate the reactions for the applied forces. So to calculate the reactions, so we have to write down the free body diagrams. So free body diagram already I have told, it is a diagram so which shows all the forces acting on a body and which is free from all the contact points. So let us write the free body diagram for the sphere 1. I called sphere 1 as S1 and the sphere 2 as S2. So before we write the free body diagram, so we should know the inclination of the reaction at the point B. So if you take the inclination of the reaction at the point A, so it is horizontal. So whenever the reactions are always perpendicular to the plane. For example, if this is the inclined plane, the reaction is perpendicular to this plane. If it is horizontal, the reaction will be vertical. So like that, as it is, the reaction is vertical. The surface is vertical. The reaction should be in the vertical direction. That means I don't need to calculate inclination of this reaction. So therefore, reaction at the point A is horizontal. Whereas at the point D, again the surface is vertical. So perpendicular to the surface means the reaction should be horizontal. As it is vertical, the reaction is horizontal. Similarly, at the point C, again surface is horizontal, reaction should be vertical. Whereas here the spheres as an inclination, they are not exactly placed side by side. There is an inclination between S1 and S2. So therefore, there is a inclined reaction exists between S1 and S2. So this we have to calculate. What is the? So we have to calculate the inclination of this reaction. So between the sphere S1 and S2. So now take that angle. So you can call this as theta. So we know, so the radius of the sphere 2 is 250 millimeter and the radius of the sphere 1 is 250 millimeter and 2 is 350 millimeter. Therefore, the total is 350 plus 250. So total works out to be, it is 500. 3 plus 600 millimeter. That means, so this is 600 millimeter. Now we have to find out either this one or this one to calculate the theta value. So let us see. So now, for example, if you take this one, we know this distance. This is 350 millimeter, whereas this one is 250 millimeter. Therefore, so out of 1000, if you deduct 1000 minus 600, the remaining will be 400 millimeter. That means, so this one is 400 millimeter. Therefore, the value of theta we can calculate from this diagram. So this is opposite side. So this is adjacent side and this is hypotenuse side. So we know the adjacent side, we know hypotenuse side. The trigonometric function which relates from adjacent to hypotenuse is cos theta. So therefore, so cos theta is equal to, so here adjacent is 400 divided by hypotenuse is 600. Therefore, theta value works out to be
48.19 degrees.
48.19 degrees. So this is the inclination of the reaction at the point B. So let us write down the free body diagram for the sphere 1 and 2 separately. So I'll write down the sphere free body diagram here for the sphere 2. So what are the forces acting on the sphere 2? So first, its self-weight always acts in the downward direction, that is 500 Newton, which acts in the downward direction, 500 Newton. Next, the reaction at the contact point C, I'll call that as C, RC, vertically upward direction, RC. Next, there is a reaction at the point B, I call that as RD. Next, the reaction point at the contact between S1 and S2, I call that as RB. Now, so the sphere S1 is exerting force on the sphere 2. So we are writing the free body diagram for the sphere 2 means, so we have to show all the forces acting on the sphere 2. That means we have written the reaction at C, D and its self-weight. That means, so we have to show the forces exerted by the sphere S1 on the sphere S2. Therefore, so this should be in the inclined downward direction. Inclined in the downward direction. So therefore, this is R, B, and this inclination we have to show continuous to the sphere S1. So here this one, here it is 48.19 degrees means here it is 48.19 degrees. Now come to the sphere 1. So free body diagram at the sphere 1. So sphere 1 has a self-weight of 400 Newton acting in the downward direction, write down 400 Newton. Next, the reactive force at B, so which is nothing but, here this force should act in the upward direction. So this sphere S1 is exerting force on the sphere S2. For that, there should be a reactive force. So we should act in the upward direction. Upward direction. Okay. So this is your RB. So RB. Next, so reaction at the contact point A, I'll call this as RA. Next, so those are the three forces which acts on the sphere S1. So RA, self-weight, and the contact reaction at the point B. So this is the free body diagram. Free body diagram at sphere S2, and this is the free body diagram FBD for FBD at the sphere S1. So now, let us calculate the reactions. So we have written the free body diagram. So before start the analysis, check the number of unknowns. So if you come to sphere S1, here there are two unknowns for the sphere S1. Whereas in the sphere S2, there are three unknowns. 1, 2, 3. So therefore start your analysis with minimum number of unknowns, that is from the sphere S1. In the sphere S1, so we have three forces. As the body is under equilibrium, we can apply Lami's theorem to the sphere 1. So now apply Lami's theorem. Now apply Lami's theorem at sphere 1. So now, so RB by the sine of the angle between the other two forces is, so which is 90 degrees, sine 90. So sine 90, that is equal to, so RA by sine of the angle between the other two forces. So here it is 48 degree means this also should be 48.19 degrees. So therefore RA by sine of the angle between the other two forces is 90 plus 48.19, that is, so sine 90 plus 48.19 degree, that is equal to, so 400 400 by sine of the angle between the other two forces, that is, so sine of, so 180 minus 48.19 degree. So if you, so from this we can calculate the value of RA and RB. Equate, so RB by sine 90 to 400 by sine 180 minus 48.19 and RA by sine 90 plus 48.19 to 400 divided by sine 180 minus 48.19. So from this, so I'll write them here. So RB by sine 90 is equal to, so 400 by sine 180 plus 48.19. So from which we can calculate the value of RB. So therefore RB is equal to
536.66 Newton.
536.66 newtons. This is the value of the reaction at the point B. So that is equal to 536.66 Newton. Next, so again, so we can calculate the value of RA from this equation. So let me take the duster. So I'll remove the problem here. I'll erase the problem. The second one is, so RA by sine 90 plus 48.19 is equal to, so 400 by sine 180 minus 48.19. So if you cross multiply, you will get the value of RA. So therefore the value of RA is equal to
357.77
newtons. So all the forces are in terms of Newton, therefore the RA also should be in terms of Newton. Therefore the value of RA also to be, so RA is equal to 357.77 Newton. So next, so we have calculated the two reactions. The remaining reactions are RC and RD. So let us calculate those values. Just to calculate the reactions at the point RC and RD, so we cannot use the Lami's theorem. We can apply the conditions of equilibrium, because here the four forces are there. So we can apply Lami's theorem when only three forces are acting at a point. So we have conditions of equilibrium. So like the first condition, I will write down, use conditions of equilibrium to calculate the reactions at S2. The first condition of equilibrium, we know it is sigma Fx is equal to 0. That means equate all the forces acting along x direction to 0. That means equate all the forces acting along x direction to 0. So what are the forces acting along x direction? Let us see. The forces acting along x direction, first force is RD. So RD, the first force. The second force is, so we have to split this force into two components. Here there is an inclined force, so we have to split this force into two components. So RB sine, the inclination of this force is given with respect to horizontal, therefore this is RB sine 48.19, and one more is, so RB cos 48.19. So this force, as this is acting from right to left, this one should be positive. So RD is positive. So next this force is acting in the opposite direction, minus. So RB cos 48.19. So two forces we have considered. So only two forces are there. So therefore that should be equal to 0. There are no other horizontal forces acting. So one is inclined, so one is exactly acting on the horizontal line. We have considered both the forces. And also we know the value of RB. So RD minus RB. So RB is 536.66 cos 48.19 is equal to 0. From this we can calculate the value of RD. Therefore RD is equal to
357.77
Newton. So this is the value of RD. So therefore RD is equal to 357.77 Newton. The remaining unknown. So we have calculated RD. RD is known, RA is known, RB is known. Now the remaining unknown is RC. So we have to calculate the value of RC. Again, to calculate the value of RC, so we have used the first condition of equilibrium. Let us use the second condition of equilibrium. So use the second condition of equilibrium, that is sigma Fy is equal to 0. The second condition of equilibrium, so sigma Fy is equal to 0. That means equate all the forces acting along vertical direction to 0. So the first vertical force is RC, which is acting in the upward direction, therefore it is positive. Next, there is a downward force of 500 Newton minus 500, and so there is a inclined force. So we have to consider the component of that force along the vertical direction. So which is again acting in the downward direction, therefore minus. So RB psi 48.19 should be equal to 0. So we know the value of RB. So RC minus 500 minus RB, we know it is 536.66 sin 48.19 should be equal to 0. So therefore the value of RC works out to be
900 Newton.
So 900 Newton. So RC is equal to 900 Newton. So this is the problem. So all the answers have been shown. So you have to show all the values in the final diagram.